thank you. I mean, I should thank everybody, all of you being here. And thanks Jackson and our 3 hosts and our 2 photographers. I think we had a great team, and Tommy hiding there. We're gonna do our clothing ceremony and then follow by lunch later. But we have until maybe around 11-ish, to do that. And we're gonna present a graduation certificate as a Taiwan Tea Sommelier, Taiwan Oolong Sommelier. We're gonna have everybody come up here, so I might have Jackson or Thomas or one of our guests to present you the certificate. And please share your feeling about how you feel about the trip and Taiwan tea industry, and what do you think that we need to improve, or what do you see that what our future is. And we'll see how many more years that we can do. Thomas hit 71. If you remember about 10, 15 years ago when we started doing that, I put an age limit. I said people under 65, okay? And then when he hit 65, I changed it to 66. And eventually I couldn't put the age limit up there anymore. So all are welcome. So, but hopefully we can continue doing it, because somebody asked me, Tony asked me how I feel about, we've done this so many years. And I said, even though we've done this so many years, each year we have different kind of experience and feeling, and somehow just remember, oh, that's how I felt last year too. But then you forgot about that. That's the reason why they keep coming back after 6 times. So, right? Yeah, you just enjoyed it every time, and we learn new things. And that is also with all of your support. Every student, every member participating this actually encouraging us for next year. And I learned so much from everybody as well, and it's my big challenge every year. So I'm gonna start with, after we do the certificate ceremony, then I'm gonna have some of our VIPs share their feeling as well, okay? And just like Thomas said, we do by our first names alphabetic order. Christopher Anderson. Oh. So can I have, Thomas, you want to do this? Yeah. I do it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
I have the honor. Okay, so just.
Can I have the 2 of you look over here as well?
Okay.
Perfect. Great, thank you. Oh, now I get to.
Now you get to talk.
Oh.
You want the mic, Chris?
No.
Oh, yes. That's for recording. Here we go.
Okay. Say something. And the pineapple. Okay, so I'll just start by saying thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Josephine. Tony, Kalen, for sort of supporting us and just putting this on every year. Because without you, we don't have this opportunity. So I do appreciate it. And then especially everyone that is not here, all the producers, all the people allow us to go into their businesses. Government agencies, TRES, because they're an integral part into making this special, as opposed to just coming here and visiting tea stores or just coming to buy tea, where we actually get to see behind the scenes and have a more intimate relationship with the tea industry. I think that's the most important part of what you provide, that education. And then on top of that is the experience of Taiwan, because the food, the culture, the people, the environment, the history, being able to share that, because there's such a long and varied history of tea within Taiwan. And as we go through each of the different regions, everyone has a different interaction and experience. And it's very humbling to see that there's that passion and such a long history that the people and the culture are so proud of. And they're continuing that on, and especially with the younger generation returning to Taiwan and trying to find a new way forward. Every time I come, I learn something new, I discover something new, and as sort of the path of tea in Taiwan as an industry moves forward. It's great to see sort of the progress and the innovation and where it's going to go. So I hope to be a part of it in the future and to follow you guys around for as long as I can, because every time I come I learn something new, just being around Thomas or Josephine, and when they meet someone on the street who is in the industry, and I mean, it's pretty amazing. So that's sort of all I have to say about it. Thank you.
Are you ready to take over?
I'm ready to take over.
Here we go. May
Thank
I?
you.
Yes, yes.
Over here. Perfect. Awesome.
Every time I see the picture, I put the wrong leg, the injured leg out.
All right. Well, firstly, I have to thank.
Chris, introduce yourself more.
Yeah. Go through the whole.
This guy, I don't want you to introduce. But you
All right. My name is Chris Villano. As I've said, I'm a retired chef, restaurateur, specialty food importer. I'm now co-owner and operator of SerendipiTea with my sister, who started the company almost 30 years ago. Firstly, I want to thank Thomas and Josephine. You are amazing teachers, amazing organizers, amazing hosts. This is truly a magical experience. Thank you to all my co-travelers. I learned so much from all of you. Great meeting you and talking with you and learning about fermentation and Alabama and and Pennsylvania. To the wonderful videographers and film crew, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And to all our other hosts and business owners, it's been your hospitality has been amazing. To the people who aren't here, your other brother. And Jackie, and it was just an amazing experience. One thing that I take away from this whole experience is being from New York, we're very disconnected from this sort of production of our food and products. There are some farms upstate and whatnot, but here it's like everywhere. Like it's so like ingrained in everyone's like day-to-day life. It's just such an amazing thing to see. It's like in Europe with the grapes and the dairy and whatnot. It's cheese and that whole. So it's very similar here. Another thing that I noticed is I can confidently go back because we pride ourselves on being certified organic in the U.S. We bring in the majority of our product is certified organic, and the farms that aren't, we always tend to say it's mostly grown organically, but it's just not certified. And here I can confidently say that I've seen the gardens, and they're doing eco farming. They're minimizing harmful pesticides, and they're using nature's fertilizer and pesticides, and so it's great to see that. Even at the EMA, to see in their labs that they're actually aggressively, identifying these things that in the U.S., we have to actually label, as non-GMO, as organic, where the food companies are actually doing it, which is amazing to see. I jumped on this opportunity. Sonam's like, they may be retiring soon. So I was like, oh, I got, they may not be doing it any much longer. So I'm like, oh, I have to get out, because we were originally talking about going to India and Nepal. So I'm like, no, I have to go here. I have to have this experience with, you two before this, you guys, stop doing it. But I don't think I think you're going to do it a few more years. It seems like. So maybe I'll come back. Yeah. But anyway, thank you, everyone. Great experience.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, Jackson here, and also their uncle, Luo Qingshi先生, if you look at the wall, and then we've been through the whole week. At the beginning, we see the traditional tea, And of course, the first day we had the history and political lessons from President Shen, and then until the tea industry, and then until what we saw yesterday, is just like totally, completely refreshing your idea about Taiwan tea. So I think even though for yesterday what we saw, Roger's company have all these still very new and very high tech and everything, somehow still based upon our very solid foundation, tea history. So we really want to appreciate all these older generation who made it so well, that made Taiwan today the famous tea in the world. And this is how you trigger me to remember this one. Lisa, I think you're up. Thomas, I'll let you do it. Yeah, finally,
well,
huh?
There's nothing new to say.
Nothing you can say?
I can
Well, you've
I can
been
talk.
talking every day, yeah? Yes,
Oh,
yes.
so I get a gentleman here. Okay. I do want to say, Phil,
After I
after I introduce
Don't
myself.
take over the mic so I feel bad. Okay.
Okay.
Can I take a photo over here as well?
Straighten your back.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a hug.
Oh.
Okay, you take over.
Okay. First, to introduce myself, Lisa Baughman from York, Pennsylvania. And I have Global Tea Connection. And with that, I like to go out and present about tea. So I must say, one thing I wanted to say, though, is sadly, here we are saying goodbye again to all our friends and all the people we have met. It's been so good to see everyone again, people that I knew from the past in tea, and make new friends again. But it does bring my heart happiness and joy to be able to go home and share all that I've learned, to go out and present tea, the excitement, and we've gotten the information, and I want to thank everyone who's taken their time and share their knowledge with all of us to do that. So the best to toast and the best to tea. And that is terrific tea team together. Thomas and Josephine, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that night. You practiced that whole night last night?
Yes,
Yeah, a little bit, huh? Okay. Lorna? Thomas, you want to do that? Okay. 好 Jackson, can you do? 他不方便，那你来，好。Let me put this on. Okay. Jackson, 等一下讲这个。好。
All right, eyes over here, guys. Perfect. Good.
Okay.
Thank you. My name is Lorna Reeves. I'm the editor of TeaTime magazine. And so TeaTime is a consumer magazine that's been in publication for 20 years. And we primarily focus on traditional British style afternoon tea. So it's been a joy for me to be able to travel to Origin, previously to India and Sri Lanka, and then now to Taiwan. And you think that even by reading and writing and studying and editing articles and books, even on the subject of oolongs and Taiwan tea in particular, that you understand it. But you don't really until you come and you experience it. And you get to actually work in a factory, and you see exactly how much hard, back-breaking work it is to manufacture the tea, and what goes into putting it in a cup that so many of us take for granted. So I see as my job as helping the people who maybe are more of the traditional English style tea lovers to understand better the importance of the people that work in the tea industry globally, but also here in Taiwan, because I feel like it's an origin that doesn't get enough credit or enough coverage in the US and among consumers. And another thing that we do as part of the magazine, or that I get to do, is to take some of our readers on trips. And these are highly curated, pretty expensive trips, but it gives the readers an opportunity to learn more, to experience firsthand the tea culture of a particular region. And so I look forward to hopefully working with Thomas and Josephine and figuring out ways that I can bring some of my readers to Taiwan so that they can have a similar experience, maybe not as in-depth as we've had, but at least to give them a good understanding, a better appreciation for the art that it is to make tea here in Taiwan. It really is an art. I see it, and it's also a calling. If you didn't love it, I don't think you would do all this hard work. And it's been beautiful to see the love that the producers and even the distributors, the manufacturers have for what they do. I think that that's super important, and then for other generations to want to join the family in this business. So it's been a pleasure to be included on this. I've learned a lot, and thank you for your attention to detail, both of you. You've thought of everything. We've had some mishaps, some unforeseen things, but you know what? I always say that when something goes not according to plan, it makes the experience memorable. We'll never forget that we got involved in an accident, right? Coming down the mountain. That's what makes this trip memorable, and any other things that maybe didn't go exactly as you had hoped. It was a great trip. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Before you step down, I want to tell you is, you know Jen Pettigrew.
Yes.
Jen Pettigrew is a good friend with Jackson.
Wow.
And also you know why Jen Pettigrew don't want to remove Taiwan from her publishing? Because Jen Pettigrew had a lot of fans here.
Yes.
Now you will have a lot of
Well,
fans.
I didn't want to remove it either.
Okay, then here you
Together.
go. You earned it.
In the middle.
You earned it. Here we
Yeah,
go.
in the middle.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay.
right, I have everybody else over here.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is your real good shirts, huh? I thought you were joking. Okay.
Well, excuse me, I'm having trouble with my allergies here, but I'm surviving. So I wanted to start out by saying that life is an adventure, and this is a great adventure with this trip. My life is in transition right now. I've moved twice since I closed my tea house, and all positive moves. Everything was very positive, but still a lot of work. I miss my tea house. I miss going to work every day, and I miss being in the tea industry, so I'm trying to figure out what to do next now that I live in Minneapolis. The future will figure it out for me. I want to thank everyone involved with this, and I hope that Josephine continues to thank the other people that aren't here today, because the trip was really wonderful, and it's such a great opportunity to get to see all the things that we've done. There's so many directions I want to go right now, and so many things to say, but I will keep it short. I hadn't thought about tea traveling until there was an email from Josephine announcing this trip. And I thought, oh my goodness, I can get back into things. And so it was very exciting to sign up and get to see people from other trips and meet new people. As I said, life is an adventure, so I'm not sure what adventure is next. But I hope to continue with my tea travels.
I hope you'll come back to eat meat. So.
Yeah, you have to. You have to now.
I have to, huh?
You have to, yeah. You fed me once, now
You
you
know,
have to.
you need to bow and give money and then.
Yeah,
You know.
I can do that. I can do that.
Okay.
All right, folks, let me have you look over here. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Here we go.
Have you guys looking for you? Joseph, please. Thank you.
So are you gonna carry his last name or my last name?
Both. I'll hyphenate it. Hyphenated. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't you? Yeah. Well, I'm immensely grateful for being invited back here again. Not that you have a choice, I'm going to keep following you.
No, we have to co-bound several times.
Yeah.
I buy good gift too.
Yes, you did. Yes, he'll like that a lot. And I'm going to keep coming back here and to help, even if it's just to help or volunteer, because I want this to continue, because I think it is a very important part to the tea industry to be able to come here and learn directly. And every year I come back with something new to bring to teach the people at home, because they don't get to have any kind of experience like this. And I'm very excited for the new direction I plan on going with Chris. We got very inspired being here, and we're looking forward to the future and new tea applications for the future of tea.
Okay, aside from that, I think I also want Tony to share your feelings. We could, somebody may be able to carry that. Maybe you can do that? Yeah. Okay. The eye roll.
So I haven't really had a chance to compose my thoughts, but I would like to say that I love meeting old TOST friends, Marissa, Chris, and just seeing how you guys have progressed in the tea industry, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do in the future. I see the two of you as leaders, and it's been wonderful meeting new friends, Chris, Lisa, Lorna, Lynn, and approach tea from a different perspective. I'm behind the camera. I've had a chance to meet each of you in person and speak with you and learn about your personal journeys on how you got to tea. And some of them have been happy accidents, some of them have been intentional or a mix, but they've all been amazing journeys that you've had to get here. And they've been inspiring. But for me, as someone behind the camera, it's a lot more intimate, because I'm living through you guys vicariously. As I look through the viewfinder and I see you guys enjoying the tea, observing the color, smelling the aroma, seeing your reactions, I'm kind of living through you guys as well. So from meeting you and living through you through the camera, it's just been an absolutely wonderful experience. And of course, I need to thank Josephine and Thomas, without whom this would not have been possible. So thank you very much.
Take your microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Kalen. I'm a photographer. I have recently just moved back to Taiwan after living in the States for about 30 years. As Josephine knows, this is a little bit like homecoming for me. Just to kind of give it a little perspective, I was a parachute kid, right after elementary. I was literally just kind of yanked out of Taiwan and dropped in the States by my parents. And I actually got through majority of my school years without my immediate family around. So I really had to kind of figure things out on my own. And then, like when you're being placed in a strange environment, a lot of your nostalgia comes from from food. And this is actually something that I think we've talked about, on the lunch we had recently. Now that I'm kind of coming back here as an adult and exploring my own identity as a Taiwanese and as well as a Taiwanese American, I feel like Taiwanese as a whole is we're a very enterprising bunch. Like we really embody a very enterprising spirit. We're very entrepreneurial. And a lot of that, a lot of people really build their livelihood and build their business ventures around food. And a big part of that is around tea. So I just really feel privileged to have the opportunity to be able to come on this trip and just to kind of learn more about tea, because prior to the trip, I really didn't know much at all. I mean, I still don't. But yeah, so hopefully this won't be the last time that we'll be able to do this with you guys. And it's really, truly been a privilege meeting all of your acquaintances. And I sincerely hope that our paths will be able to cross again in the future. And then another note I want to kind of touch on quickly is, I guess with Ime yesterday, I was telling Thomas I was so excited about being that, because speaking about nostalgia and food and everything, that Ime was such a big part of my childhood growing up, because that was like the brand that I sort of grew up on. But coming back as an adult and then getting to check out everything behind the scene, which is it was just a little bit surreal. And then it sort of felt like it put me in a time capsule sort of a way. But then kind of connecting the nostalgia with, and then just kind of seeing how the food industry in general has evolved. It was just very interesting. And then I know while I don't speak for the tea community of Taiwan, or I don't speak for Taiwanese people in general, I actually like to say thank you for all the members who actually came on the tour, because you're essentially becoming an extension of Josephine and Thomas, and to introduce and then bringing back, returning home with your own knowledge, and by extension becoming an ambassador of our tea culture in Taiwan. So as a Taiwanese kid, I thank you guys very much for that. And then again, on a personal note, I like to thank Josephine again, and I like to thank Thomas. Josephine, thank you for always nourishing me with your motherly nature, and then creating a comfort zone for me, making me always feel like I can always share things with you, and then coming to you for advice. And the same thing with you, Thomas. Never have I ever met or seen anyone as engaging as you are. I never seen you talk to someone without a smile on your face. And then when you go from smiling to talking, you exude such energy that just kind of commands the room. And so thank you very much for that. Yeah, and then thank you, everybody.
I have to say, for between old and new, I think Taiwan is transiting, and it's great. And I think it's wonderful, just like Kalen also mentioned it, it's good to see so-called younger generation to carry on the business that we see, several family has that, and I think that's very, very comforting as not just the tea industry, because even I myself is not as much as Thomas and Jackson, but then I could see how younger generations carry on the family business and how appreciate their parents or older generation be proud of it. And I think Taiwan is successful. Part of it is because of that too. So Jackson, as the oldest man here, can you give us some advice? Yes. Do you need a chair? You're 10
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay? Oh, yeah. Who has the microphone? I got it. But he's loud though. Yeah. Yeah.
这个角落比较好。啊，哪一个？
这个他照相会，他后空啊。
这里是。OK。
你要走的。
Sorry, sitting on the. Yeah, I think I'm a little feel shy because all of you speak English so good. I can speak very, very bad. Long time no business trip, so almost forget my English. And before I can speak English more better. Here in Taiwan, I must speak Hakka, Fujian, Mandarin. Then so very difficult. I must learn, and also for business I learn French. So this afternoon I have the lunch with in the Taipei. There's a new open restaurant, Morocco food, Casablanca food. Oh, I like it because I tripped the Casablanca many times, and I did a lot of business in the Morocco and then Algeria and Libya. So we earn a lot of money. So all of you, I must say thank you. You are loving the tea. I'm the tea man more than 65 years already in the tea business. I originally my job is the court lawyer and the judge, but my father wanted me to become a tea man because tea at that time is a very good industry in the Taiwan. So far I still thank you. The tea helped me to build my family. All my brother and my family depend upon by the tea. So we have a very good family, very big family, and very good next generations. So I think all of you like the tea. I think you will be also same as me. So you see, I'm 86 years. I still very active. I still talking and make speech and working here and there. So I think all of you from now, the Taiwan tea will help you more healthy, and your business and your family will be much better. Thank you. Always come every year, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
OK， 所以罗家这个，来罗吉平来。
Really happy to have you guys here, and for me, I just told Christopher that everyone here can make a really good speech. That's the cultural difference from Taiwan, because you know that Taiwan people, Chinese people is more a little bit silent, more silence. Don't speak loud in public. So really happy to see you make that kind of speech. I'm really touched. Came back from New York 24 years ago, just right before the September 11th. I was at Pace School, and actually my classroom was in the World Trade Center, the South Building. And then I got a job in there in April 2001. And then because my parents want my younger brother to go to New York, and we have no kids here, so I choose to come back. And then so I escaped from that tragedy. Wow. So but after that I only go back to US for 3 times, and in 3 months, and then brought back my wife from San Jose. And that's the first 3 times I met her. So that's and then I came back here, and then I work in the science park in Hsinchu for the in the semiconductor. I'm doing the Wi-Fi, you know, Wi-Fi, right? We are the first company in Hsinchu to make the Wi-Fi. The first CF car, Wi-Fi car, is my project. Oh. Yeah, that launched by Netgear in the US. Yeah, in 2001. The 2001 in where I forgot the name because I lived there too long, and I came back here 7 years ago, and then because of
you mean came back to?
I came back to this tea factory, tea company 7 years ago, and then because the older generation is getting retired, and then we have to put some new force there. But actually, I'm not young. Can you guess my age? I'm after November 6th. I'm 58 years old.
You're very young.
Yeah. compare with you, right? But in we have a joke in our factory that our family, if you want to come back to the tea factory, you have to at least 50 years old. So that's why most of my cousins came back to here almost near 50 years. So anyway, just welcome you guys here, and then enjoy the tea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They have their family back in the old time is very the Luojia in Guangxi is big and very well known family, and hopefully we'll go back to the factory again. Well, I should have Tommy share a little bit. Thank God I saw you. Okay, Tommy is a good friend since 1912. No, 2012. 1912. Okay.
So you are antique.
Hi everyone. And first, I want to thank you for the Thomas and Josephine invited me to here. And 13 years ago, 2011, I first time to the TOST. So I learning and I open my mind. So now I'm Tommy Tong. I am from Tea Talk Academy. Okay. So my father and my grandfather is a tea farmer in Taiwan, and I do the sell the tea, high mountain tea. And 2015, I opened a new company. It's the Teach Tea, teach people how to drink tea. So tea tasting. So I want to show how to, because the people, if you don't know what is tea, you don't buy. So I want to show the people how to drink tea, how to taste the tea, how to choose which tea you want. And now I have I'm in Taipei, Taichung, and Kaohsiung. I have a tea classroom, okay? And I have over than 30 teachers in my company, okay? So I want to use the different way to show how to drink tea and promote Taiwanese tea, okay? Thank you, guys.
We run the toast very successfully, I would say, is because all these generation of tea work, and it started actually with Jackson and TTMA, Taiwan Tea Manufacturer Association. But I think a year after or 2 years after, they told me that they're not going to do that anymore because the government is no longer funding it. So here we are. So we decided that we'll just pick it up and keep going. And I think, which is a good challenge for us. And I also learned so much, and it just touches my heart every time I do it myself, that you see different people working hard. And Mr. Wang, from Wang Ding, the way he shared why he loved tea and how tea is supporting his family. And I think that's all, so many stories behind it. And I think we thank you. We're gonna have lunch later. And then after lunch is free time. And then hopefully I'll see you soon. And enjoy your tea here. We're gonna drink more tea and have snack. And I just told you this is excellent. So try it. I'm gonna buy some. Thomas is saying that you buy so many things. I say, yes, I know. And thank you. We officially end. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm sorry. I forgot about him. Woo.
No, I just want you to see all the panel. Liverpool, Seattle, this. When I first come in to learn, this is my teacher. Of course, my father is my first teacher, doing the tea, stuff. But actually, after I graduated from the college, because Jackson and I is alumni, so my first choice is Jackson, and all the family say, what are you going to do? I say, I want to learn trading first, how to do the trading. So I go to the trading company to learn how to do the international trade. And then I say, I want to sell tea. A lot of people see, even my classmates now, they say, oh, I remember 50 years ago in the class, you're talking about you want to sell tea. But people don't know why I want to sell tea. Actually, I want to see whether Taiwan can have something, really so unique out to the world. And nowadays, look at the toast. Quite a few Taiwanese tea companies, even including Peichen, they say, Thomas, would you consider to sell your logo? A cup of tea and Taiwan's are there is aroma. And why we name Taiwan Oolong Study Tour toast? It's just that in the morning you toast, right? I don't want people come to Taiwan, enjoy, relax, and drink a lot of good tea. I want them to get toasted. Yeah. Because I think, remember when we start Aisha, if I say 2 o'clock, we are serious. Many toast friends say, Thomas is
exhausted,
joking.
Right?
They say, no way we're going to stay to 2 o'clock. But every year we stay to that late. The reason why, if we don't see through each step, the tea change, the withering, change the aroma, change the color, change. If you don't really experience there, you don't know what the tea is really about. Then you say, oh, it tastes good, or it's nice. You always say something empty. But now, all our toast friends, every year I say, after in Wang Ding, after you stay that late, after you do the whole process, 7 steps, you remember? Let's repeat it. Yuan, qi, sai, yao, chao, nuo, bei. Right? The 7 steps. And that's talking about what? Oxidation level management. And talking about rolling skill, what kind of rolling? And then talking about baking technique. If you listen to Kipe or yesterday in Peichen, everyone in Taiwan, the younger generation, they don't say my tea is good. They talk about how much oxidation level and how do I roll my tea and how do I bake my tea. Kipe just say, I bake it. I bake. So now our younger generation, they don't say tea is good. Oh, Taiwan tea has been exported to 108 countries. Paige and the owner, Roger, said, Thomas, your father, your brother, they ship to all over the world the tea material. But we domain the world. Because we not only bring our tea, we not only bring our culture, we also do our service. Even in Alaska, they have 11 boba shops. Even in Finland, they have. So they are very proud. They say, in old days, you guys bring Taiwan tea all over the world. Now we want to bring Taiwan tea culture and Taiwan tea product. Even a cup of boba tea, a little bit tea there. But we want to bring that because that is coming from Taiwan. So the younger generation, they're not talking about farmer to factory. They're talking about bring the tea, bring the culture, and bring Taiwan to all over the world. That's what we want. And I really appreciate TOST never done by Josephine and Thomas or my brother or Eddie's help. Those farmers. All the praise farmers, you see how enthusiastic they want to cooperate with them. They also share their passionate. And then the research center. Look at Steve. Where do you find Steve Huang? You know, Steve Huang is really want to help farmers. And also, when they know our mission, you know, they become very close friends. They want to share. Look at Tommy. And you know, look at all the people when we reach out, we say we need help. They become part of our team. So TOST is behind. Like yesterday, I asked many people, after the patron and after the email, so all of a sudden we forget we come here for tea. Actually, those are pride of Taiwan. You know, look at email. But if you just want to walk into email to see the drum, to show the welcome sign, or to see, you know, the big, you know, vacuum freezer, no way you can walk in there. But email owner insists, they say, bring more American friends to email. Anytime if you want it, just a phone call, they will arrange for us. So next time if you come to visit Taiwan, let Josephine know, okay? And also patron run a big show. Look at how many staff just for us visit. They have to prepare. Jackson have accompanied me. Before we arrange it, we have to go there and say what we are coming for. You know, we just want to get ready for it. They spend a lot of time just prepare, and so many staff prepare all kind of drink. They want to show like Taiwan do have this kind of team. They are ready and they are doing very well. So I want to see, you know, how the tea plantation and tea farmers' effort to make the tea, but Taiwan already getting really not that important. So we want to make the, you know, the light up tea farm. So our farm will convert it to be people come to Taiwan to visit and stay to experience. You know, that's why our next trip is doing with tourism. We're doing the tea experience trip. But actually, we keep remind our younger generation, don't give up. Tea industry is not only from farmer to the manufacturer of the tea. Tea industry is going to extend to more fit in. Take Taiwan tea or take import tea, but enhance it with our knowledge, with our technology, and also with our culture. We still can connect. Boba tea is nothing to be ashamed. Boba tea is just a frame, is a flag. And boba tea is actually, you know, easy for us, just like any tea shop, you know, you can present the culture, you can present the technology of Taiwan. So that's why I still want to do the toast, because I like to toast people, okay? But I still think is our knowledge nowadays. If you ask me, this toast is different compared 4 years ago. I think 4 years ago, I like to show how the tea is made. But 4 years later, I like to share actually more to our younger generation in Taiwan. Like we should toast because the friend to learn Taiwan tea, but also we should find our new direction. And our new direction, image, give me the answer. Patient, give me the answer. ESG, ecological, social responsibility, and governance. I think that's our direction for our tea industry, our tea business. Thank you very much.